One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lakers. This is NBA One Take for your head, NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live, Brooklyn, New York. This is NBA One Take. August 9th, 2022. You can follow me on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. Everything is Pretty Boy Laker. Now, let me get to, it's a big thing. Kevin Durant met with owner Joe Tsai, the CEO of Alibaba, if anybody know. He's the Nets governor or owner, whatever you want to call it. And he met with him in regards of getting some dialogue on what's happening right now. Now, Shams was told that Kevin Durant gave Joe Tsai an ultimatum. He doesn't like the direction of the team going forward, and said it starts with Sean Marks as well as Steve Nash. You have to choose between them or me. Now, the quick stuff is like, people are online going crazy saying, oh, putting posted means that these two guys is on the unemployment line. No. It don't work like that. So, and then they say, well, LeBron and other players have done that. Well, no. We've never had a player publicly address a president or general manager to get fired by a player as well as fire the coach. And the precedent that will be set if Joe Tsai would even think about doing this. Oh, it might be another labor strike. Oh, yes, it'll be another labor strike. They will do so much. They will turn the NBA into football. They're like, oh, you want to get listen, if you're doing this much player empowerment, God, Lord Jesus. But Joe Tsai tweeted that he got the full support of, the Nets front office and the coaching staff, and he has the, and what's the best interest and decision for the Nets. That's trading KD. KD, this coming out, he has to be traded. Now you have to. There's no resolution now. That. An ultimatum. Oh yeah, we've seen coaches and head coaches and players get into so many things that coaches normally get. Well, leave their duties. That's based on it's just not working out. Chemistry issues, what's not being ran, and best players and head coach relationships. They said KD, he went after the front office. Sean Marks learned about front office. was and he did a great job after taking over what Billy King and Bobby Marks and those guys that was there took a huge gamble. Mortgaged their future for Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry. The team with Joe Johnson, which they gave picks to Atlanta, and Darren Williams, which also they gave compensation to Utah. And all they went up to, they won one playoff series. And the 5 seasons all together. They was a moribund franchise when he took it over. But he cleaned it up. Hired Kenny Atkinson. Long time assistant. The guy knows basketball, can build it up. Was there in Atlanta with Coach Bud. Then he comes to the Nets. And this is what. And he builds them up. He builds up the players. They got D'Angelo Russell. A guy that almost had a death note in the league after what he did exploiting Nick Young and his extramarital activities on Snapchat while he was still married to Iggy Azalea. They took him. John Karis LeVert. Have those players in place and became a good playoff team, a young team, sustaining all their draft capital and everything. So with Kyrie and Kevin Durant are free agents. Yeah, you got Kevin Durant wants to go to the Knicks, him, Rich Kleiman, Nike, and things like that. But he felt that he didn't want to go there by himself and almost in a Carmelo situation, because they would have definitely had to make other moves to get other players in there, and it was a lot, and they really thought about it. But they knew they could come to Brooklyn and stack the deck with Kyrie Irving, who the Knicks definitely wasn't interested in, somewhat, but he wasn't a person that they wanted to do business with by himself, and really couldn't really do anything with him and Durant, so they just only really target after Durant. And Kyrie Irving had a partnership with Rock Nation, and the people there, he had more of a relationship with people, agents, and other people that he's familiar with in Brooklyn. But they had enough cap to get both. And Kevin Durant and Kyrie went to Brooklyn with DeAndre Jordan, their friend as well, to really break that, broker that relationship and everything like that. Like all three of us are gone. Don't matter. And look, and for the most part, look, those guys Kyrie and KD took less to come there to get their boy on. They didn't take the full max. They could have, but they didn't. KD didn't play. Still coming off the Achilles. Kyrie was hurt in and out the lineup. Injuries. COVID happened. No lot going on and everything like that. They went to the bubble. But they letting go Kenny Atkinson, right? Kyrie and KD looked at the list of candidates they had, and they were so high on Ty Lue. Now, as well as Jason Kidd. I was just talking to my boy. I was telling him, I was like, yo, who's those? I said, they agreed on a coach because they was about to make a decision. And Steve Nash had dinner with Sean Marks. Just talking, chopping it up. Allegedly. Talking and chopping it up. Sean Marks said a decision about just talking and everything else came into a basketball thing, and he said he was blown away. And said, "You want to coach the team?" He didn't have a formal interview. The interview was at dinner. Now, when he like, look, I'm gonna hire you. When Jason Kidd and Ty Lue was your final two candidates. The thing is, guess what? Look at them now. They can say what they said about Jason Kidd. I will always say Jason Kidd is a good coach. Situations happened there in Brooklyn. Yeah, he learned. He at times was a difficult person to think. That's how he was. Jason Kidd was that type of person. But he more humbled himself. Still got that thing, but that's how he was. Jason Kidd was always tough. I want to hear about all the off the field, off the court, and everything like that, please. They ain't won them. Ty Lue got a championship. Great mind. One of the best coaches in the league. They ain't want to get him. Look at him now. Look at Jason Kidd in Dallas and look what Tyronn Lue's doing with the Clippers. The Clippers can win a title this year. Dallas is on the verge of could be a championship team as well. But you get Steve Nash in there, no coaching experience. He was just there as a special counsel to the Warriors, the development team. Working with guards like Steph Curry and McCall and those guys. Kevin Durant was there. He worked with him too. But him and Kyrie signed off on it. Steve Kerr and others did reach out to Kevin Durant and told him how great Steve Nash will be as a head coach, almost similar to what Steve Kerr did there in Golden State. Kevin Durant said, all right, cool. Kyrie went along with it. So he went along with it. But Kyrie saw something in Steve Nash, though. Accountability. And that he couldn't get past. They got James Harden. James Harden wanted to go there because Mike D'Antoni was there. Now, he was playing against the Bucks. Prior, before the injuries to, Harden, who was playing the hamstring and Kyrie injuring his arm.
Once again, attention crew personnel and customers. Train on two tracks. Two track is no longer in customer service. Due to mechanical difficulty, that train is no longer in customer service. It needs to return to the storage facility. Last stop on that train on two tracks. The next train to be Kentucky will be arriving at that on one track. Ladies and gentlemen, the next Broadway Parkway bound L train is now arriving.
He wasn't. They was gonna beat the Bucks. And Kyrie didn't get hurt. They was gonna go to the finals and win the championship. Definitely would have dismantled the Suns. But then they didn't bring back Mike D'Antoni. They know that he wanted to have other interests as head coach. But once he became head coach, why didn't bring him back? The whole offense changed. The entire offense changed. And what do you thought was going to happen? Guys can't score the way they want to score. That was it. And then boom. OKC Part 2. And Durant didn't want no parts of that. No free-flowing, push post offense. Kyrie ISO at the top of the key, getting upset with that. James Harden the same way, ISO on top of the key. The offensive chemistry wasn't there. Why you think they made the decision? Kyrie didn't want to be another free agent. He wanted a long-term extension because he knew that his value was what it was. So, what do you think? What do you think was going to happen? He didn't have the value. So he wanted a long-term deal with the team that he stuck for the most part. The vaccination and all that other stuff. That was it. So, what do you think? What do they kept Kevin Durant for? He signed the 4-year extension because he felt that with Kyrie hearted and everything like that, that he felt that the coaching staff could make it work. The Harder told him, look, he's not interested in all this. So he left, and they got Ben Simmons. So Kevin Durant is not into Ben Simmons at all. At all. As long as Kyrie's there, he feel that, all right, whatever, they can make it work. No, it's not. The drama behind Ben Simmons. The drama behind all this other stuff. They're not committed to Kyrie. You feel like they listening to me. Want to get Kyrie on a one-term, a one-year deal, every single deal. 1 year. He went out. And he definitely went out. He's not trying to listen to us. Trade me. Or I'll be just unhappy. And you want that for your team? Do you want that for your franchise? For a player to be constantly unhappy because the levels of everything that built up to the point that he wants to just go somewhere new, regardless of all the things that's happening. I see all sides to this, but the Nets have to trade Kevin Durant. You have to. And then whatever you do, you have to remain competitive with Kyrie Irving. And if Kyrie Irving's a good model citizen, you could possibly package him at the trade deadline. But if you don't, you're in trouble. This is NBA Onetake, so